I'm out of practice. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Movement and Mobility. I'm Henry Byer, and it's Saturday. And spring break for my son started, basically starts today. This is the first full day of spring break for my son, and it's also the first one of these Saturdays that I've done in a little bit because of my being sick. So we're going to do 30 minutes today of just some movement and mobility work. And psyched to have you here. Instagram viewers down here to my right. Nice to see you. And YouTube and Facebook Livers straight ahead. Nice to have you here. Replay viewers, thanks for checking me out later on. And let's get to it. We're just going to start with some easy arm swings. We do these every time just to get the blood pumping. We do 5, and then we do a little double knee bend, and then we do another 5. We go up to about 25 here. 4, 5, double knee bend. 1, 2, 3, 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 4, 5. Awesome. And now we're going to do arm swings like these. Just nice and easy turning. We do about 25 of these. I never count them. Your arms are like noodles. They're just swinging because you're moving your torso back and forth. You're looking straight ahead. Your front hand sort of comes up and hits you in the collarbone. The rear hand swings around behind and sort of hits you in the kidney. That's really the only sort of direction you have with these arm swings. As you turn to the left, your right heel comes up a little bit to protect your knee, and same as you turn to the right, your left knee or your left heel comes up just a little bit. All right, awesome. Shake that out. My mat always gets messed up, so I always have to fix it. So now we're going to do another arm swing. This is another arm swing exercise, and it's 3 count. So 1, 2, where your arms are up at the kind of 90 degrees, face about eye level, hands about eye level, sorry. And then in 3, you extend in your ankles, knees, and hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Almost like you're taking a basketball shot, except your hands stay level with your eyes. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And when you drop down, you just drop down into a slightly bent knee position as your arms go behind you. 2, 3. Like that. This extension is important here. So we do about 25 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Awesome. Shake that out. And then we go back to our twisting, arm swinging thing here. Just like this. Just nice and easy. About 25 of these as well. All right, that's pretty good. Shake that out. We're going to do some shoulder rolls. Rolling your shoulders backwards, both at the same time. And then go forward. Both shoulders going forward at the same time. Raise them up and then roll them forward and drop them down. And then alternating going back, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then forward. Yeah, awesome. And then a few arm swings here. Like so. Very good. Awesome. I like throwing in a couple more of those. Shake it out. We'll do some side bends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's nice about doing sort of these active, easy movements is the accumulation over time is what ends up getting you more flexible. Okay. Increase in range of motion. So now we're going to do a breathing exercise here. So you have your feet pointed straight ahead, just about hip widths apart. As you bend over, breathe in. Breathe in through your nose. And then stand up, open your arms, and exhale through your mouth. And then each time you just get a little bit more of a stretch. The first couple ones, in the morning, I can't really touch my toes, but when I get to a couple more into it, I can touch my toes. Just waking up the muscles in the back. When you're going down, you just want to push your hips back and then just let everything sort of bend over naturally. Not trying to keep your back flat or anything, just bending through your spine. Letting your head hang. Couple more. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, awesome. Now we're going to do our sun salutation. I'm just going to go wave. Got my, that's my niece, Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte. Not sure if she's on anymore, but wave to her. And so we're going to do our sun salutation. We're going to do just 6 reps of this. And it's basically 3 reps on each side. Oops. What is going on? Nope. I don't want you on. Siri came on for some reason. All right. Must have thought I said the word. Okay, so if you haven't done this before, just watch the first one and then join in as we go. So stand with your feet together, prayer pose, arms back. As you lean back, breathe in through your nose. And then as you bend over, you exhale. Then you step back with your right foot, lift your chest, Inhale. Step back with your left foot. This is into downward dog. Exhale. Move forward and then rest. Come down onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your left foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward with your right foot. Exhale. And then stand up. So every time, that's one rep. Every time you open up like this, where your chest is opening, you're breathing in, you're inhaling through your nose. And every time you're folding over, like here and in downward dog, you're exhaling. Try breathing through your nose. So we're going to do 6 reps of that. And we'll just start again on this same side. But you go left side, right side, left side, right side. So breathe in, breathe out, step back with the right foot, chest up, breathe in, back into downward dog, exhale, come forward onto your stomach, point your toes, lift your chest, inhale. Excuse me, all this clearing of this mucus is terrible. Back into downward dog, exhale, left foot forward, inhale, right foot forward, exhale, stand up. Okay, next other side, right side. Inhale, exhale, left foot back, chest up, inhale. Step back into downward dog. Exhale. Down on your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward. Right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward. Left foot. Exhale. That's 2 reps. 1 left, 1 right. Just go back and forth. Step back, right foot. Chest up. Step back, left foot. Forward. Lift your chest. Inhale. Back into downward dog. Exhale. Left foot forward. Chest up. Step forward, right foot. Exhale. Stand up. Exhale as you bend over, step back, left foot, chest up, inhale, step back, exhale, downward dog, come forward, point your toes, lift your chest, push back into downward dog, exhale, step right foot forward, chest up, left foot forward, exhale, stand up. That's 4 reps. 2 more. Step back, right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step back, left foot. Downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Shoulders down. Inhale, push back into downward dog. Exhale, step forward, left foot. Inhale, step forward, right foot. Exhale, stand up. Last rep. Inhale, exhale, left foot back, chest up. Step back into downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Elbows, shoulders down. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Step forward. Right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward. Left foot. Exhale. And that's our sun salutation series there. Now we move on to Hindu push-ups. So I'll show you the one that I do mostly, and then I'll show you two easier versions, and then we'll do 6 reps of these. So for the Hindu push-up, you begin in downward dog position, and then you're looking with your between your feet, and then you scoop down and you come up into upward dog. So your feet, your weight supported on your toes and your hands. Again, like that. Okay. To make it slightly easier, instead of scooping, you can just come forward into push-up position, then down, and then into upward dog. And then push back into downward dog, come forward, down, upward dog like that. The next easier version is to drop to your knees, then down, then put into upward dog, push back into downward dog, knees forward, up like that. So we're going to do 6 of these. Method of your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So from downward dog, I like to walk my feet forward, straight legged, as far as I can. Then I bend my knees and stand up. There's an exercise called the inchworm, where you sort of get down, straight legs, put your hands on the ground, you walk your hands away from you as far as you can, and then you walk your feet back to your hands with straight knees. And it's just a good stretch as well as a good ab workout. So I just like to finish my Hindu push-ups with like that segment of the inchworm. Okay, our next exercise, and I'm sure you can hear this in my voice, where sorry, I was just looking at that. You can hear in my voice how my chest is constricted because of this whole cold thing that I have going on. All right, so now we're going to do Hindu squats. So Hindu squats, you start, I'll demonstrate first the non-assisted version, and then I'll show you an assisted version. So start with your feet about hip widths apart, toes pointed out. This is a 3-count exercise. Your arms go back. That's 1. Then you come down into the squat position. This is 2. You're up on your toes here. Your knees are bent. Your quads here are parallel to the ground. Your torso, you want to remain as upright as possible here. You're not trying to go down like this. You're trying to stay up in this upright position. So you're down in this position and you stand up and your arms come to here, and that's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice fluid motion like that. Now an assisted version, I'm going to do this with a chair today, but you can use a chair, you could use a table, you can use like broom handle. I have this PVC pipe that I use a lot as well, but chairs, a lot of people don't have a broom handle. More people probably have the back of a chair. So you just stand behind the chair, hands on the chair, feet again, the same about distance apart, come down and up, and just use the chair pull on the chair to help to assist you in going up and even going down if you need a little assistance going down like that, okay? So we're going to do 12 of these. We always do double the amount of Hindu squats as we're doing for the other exercises. So we did 6 of the other ones, so we're doing 12 of these. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. So we have one more exercise in this series, and these are our thoracic bridges. They're one type of bridge that you can do, and they're good for stretching out the shoulders here. Actually good for stretching out your abs as well, and for the focus is on your glute muscles. So you sit here on your bum with your knees bent 90 degrees angles, feet flat on the ground. Your hands are behind you, supporting your weight on your palms with your fingers pointing away from you. In this version, your fingers are pointing away from you. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lift up. Let your head drop back, lift up, really squeeze your glute muscles here, and then back down. This is an exercise that's really working on stretching or activating your butt muscles. You really want to squeeze them hard. Now, for a lot of people who have not done this exercise before, getting into that position is strenuous on your arms. It's uncomfortable. So if that's the case for you, just straighten your legs out and sort of scooch down until you get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Keep pushing away from the ground with your arms. You'll get a nice stretch in your shoulder and in your arms. And you can just sit there. And once you get comfortable in that position, then you can move on to doing the actual bridge. So we'll do 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, awesome. So I'm just going to demonstrate. You can do the same exercise, but you can have your fingers pointing forward. So you actually start more in this position, a sitting position with your hands below at about hips height. And then you push up into the bridge like this, and then back down like that. Up, down. But this one, I think that's even a little bit more strenuous on your shoulders. It just gives you a slightly different stretch. But I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to grab this chair again, and we're going to do some leg swings. So I'm going to be swinging my right leg here, and this is a dynamic exercise. I'm just using the chair for balance. You can do this without the chair if you can stand on one leg and balance, and you're just swinging your leg back and forth like this. There, good. Do about 10 on each side. That was more than 10 on that side. If you want to do this, you want to work up to about 40 to 70 of these per leg in sets of 10 to 12. We'll probably only do one set of each today. So now I switch sides. We might do 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're getting movement in your lumbar spine with the swinging and your pelvis, but you're also working on dynamic stretching of your hamstrings here. So if you just start with a low amplitude here, as you get warmed up and your hamstrings becomes more pliable, you can kick higher. All right. So now we're going to stand to the side of the chair and we're going to do arm swings. And at the top, you're going to double pump. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you want to do about 5 to 8 of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, good. And then you're going to do with your elbows bent, same thing, 5 to 8 of these, just a double, like you're double tapping like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. And now we're going to do a leg swing where you're going side to side like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. We're going to use this chair in a second again, but I'm going to put it to the side. So now we're going to do arms opposite. So 10, and you're doing a little double pump at the top with each of these. So 1, think about total of 10. So like 5 on each side. Something like that. Okay. And then with your arms straight, same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, cross. Alternate which arm is on top when you cross. You want to do 5 to 8 of these. And again, you want to do multiple sets. So you can just work through them. Do like the legs and then arms, legs, arms, alternate like that. Okay. So we're going to do a hip flexor stretch, but we're going to use the chair this time. So you're going to put your foot on the chair, and then you're just going to lean in, keeping your hips, excuse me, keeping your hips and shoulders square. You're just going to lean forward and stretch. Do this for about 30 seconds on each side. Try to keep your feet pointed forward. You'll see a lot of people who walk with their toes pointed outwards, and it's not really the biomechanically correct way to walk. So you really want your toes pointing straight ahead when you're walking. So switch legs. You should just feel, you want to squeeze, like my left leg is the leg behind, and it's a straight leg, and that's the one that's getting stretched. So you want to squeeze that same side glute muscle, push into that. So in order to help correct that walking issue is whenever you're doing exercises, most exercises you want to have your feet pointing straight ahead, your toes pointing straight ahead, training the muscles to do that. This is a slightly easier hip flexor stretch than the one that's on the ground. And for people who might have a difficulty getting up and down from the ground, doing this with a chair like this can be an easier solution. The next thing we're doing is this hamstring stretch. So you want to, again, have your feet pointing straight ahead. Your toes want to be pointing up and down. You want to be pulling your toes back towards you. And then you're just leaning in. You're not rounding in your back. You're just leaning forward to get the stretch in the back of the hamstring here. You can do that too, but you don't really need to. You just need to lean forward and you'll feel the stretch back here. And then as you get more flexible, you can lift, you can raise your foot until you can do it off of a higher, at a higher level, up to and above hip level. And then switch legs. This will be our last stretch. But these stretching the hamstrings, I'll actually show this to you in a second after the stretch. So again, just leaning forward, feeling the stretch back here in your hamstring. You might feel it behind your knee as well. Your hamstring connects below your knee and up onto your pelvis. So it's it passes two joints, your knee and your hip joint. So you feel it, you can feel the stretch in a lot of places. Okay, so I'm just going to finish with sitting in the chair just to demonstrate why these hip flexor and hamstring stretch are so important. We sit a lot in the industrialized world because of work and commuting and all manner of things causes us to sit a lot. And well, I'll stand up first. So you have these hip flexor muscles that run along the front of your hips here. And their job is to bring the pelvis and the thigh bone closer together. So when you do this, this hip flexor muscle is getting shorter. The hamstrings are basically like the bicep of your leg. And they run along the back of your leg and they attach up here on your pelvis somewhere and then down here below the knee. They cross these two joints and it flexes. When you do this, it shortens this muscle. This muscle is contracting. And when you're standing straight up, this muscle is shortening, right? But it's getting contracted here in position, in this standing position. When you sit all day, sit in your car, drive to work, sit at work, sit for meals, this hip flexor muscle, you can see it's not flexed, but it's in a shorter position. And it gets used to being in that position. And it doesn't like to go out of that position. Same thing with your hamstring. When you sit down, you see this is the same position. These muscles are shortened, but they're not flexed. So they get used to being in this position as well. So the hip flexor stretch, it helps stretch this muscle out and keeps your pelvis in a natural position. Same thing with the hamstring stretch is you're stretching this muscle, you're lengthening this muscle. And by bending at the hips, you're sort of pulling on the muscle because it's attached down here and on the pelvis. And as you push the pelvis forward, it stretches that muscle. And when you have shortened hip flexors, it pulls you down into this kind of position, causes problems on your back. If you try and stand up straight and your pelvis does that, it creates an excessive arch in your lower back and gives you back pain. All that sitting shortens those muscles and it weakens them. And the other thing it does is it puts your butt muscles to sleep. So that thoracic bridge, remember that where you're focusing on squeezing your glute muscles? That's to wake up your glute muscles, to teach them how to work properly. That's what we're doing when we're doing a lot of this stuff, is to teach our muscles to work the way they're supposed to work. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you. So thanks for being here. This was a slightly shorter version of a Saturday morning in movement and mobility session, but my voice can't handle more than that. So it's spring break. So next week is pretty much, unless there's a random day where I'm able to squeeze in something, next week is pretty much an off week for doing these morning movement and mobility sessions. So we'll be back the final week in March, and hopefully everything will be hunky-dory and we can maintain a regular schedule. This March has been definitely a messed up month for maintaining a regular schedule. But I want to thank you for being here. Thank you, replay viewers, for catching this later on. And you got any questions or comments, please send them my way. And with that, I'll say sayonara. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you when spring break's over. So cheers, Instagrammers. We'll see you next time. And bye, Facebook viewers and YouTube viewers. We'll see you next time too.